Hi there. Welcome to another Tuesday Talk. Last week we talked about the importance of influence. This week I'm going to give you a few tips on how you can be more influential as a leader. First of all, it really starts with having trust and credibility. And there's a lot of things that go into this trust and credibility, but it's one of the most important things that you can do as a leader. First of all, start with humility. Don't be afraid to admit when you're wrong. You don't have to be the smartest person in a room. Having humility, being humble, really starts building the trust that other people will have in you. Second, demonstrate character. Have integrity with everything you do. When you say you're going to do something, make sure that you do it. Make sure that your word is solid. You want to make sure that you constantly demonstrate character. You also want to be open and transparent. Keeping things close to the vest, not sharing things, not sharing your feelings, all that kind of stuff might be comfortable, but if you really want to build your credibility and therefore build your influence, being open and transparent will really help you in that. Show people what you're really about. Show them your authentic self. Next thing with building this credibility is demonstrating your competence. So you've demonstrated your character, and it's very important, but also to have influence, people want to know that you're capable, that you are competent, that you can deliver on what it is that you say you're going to deliver on. So take any opportunity you can to really demonstrate that you really can walk the walk. And finally, and this is one that we've talked about before, one of the best ways to get trust out of others is for you to trust in others. So if you have a hard time trusting people, really get at the root cause of that. Find out why and fix it. Once you start trusting other people, you'll find that the trust they have in you increases as well. The second part of gaining influence is really learning your audience. Know who it is that you're trying to influence. Know what their hot buttons are. So how do you do this? Well, one easy way is ask questions. Really get to know them, empathize with them. Ask questions and talk less and listen more. The old 2 ears, 1 mouth thing is never more true than when you're trying to really learn your audience and learn the people that you're dealing with. And finally, know their style. Know how do they like to be communicated to? What kind of things are important to them? What are they looking to accomplish? Knowing your style really allows you to tailor, your delivery and help you get influence with that person. And finally, this next step, and this is really dealing with very specific situations that you want to have influence in. When you know you're going to try to convince somebody to see your point of view on something, you want to have a plan. You want to know how you're going to approach what it is you're trying to accomplish. What are their hot buttons? What is it that I'm going to say? What is it that I'm willing to maybe trade off to convince them to see things my way? Do they like data? What kind of data do I have to support it? Things like that. Make sure that you have a plan going in. And part of that plan needs to be contingencies. So what happens if things don't go the way you think they are? What happens if it changes direction? Thinking about those possibilities ahead of time will allow you to have a contingency plan so that you can just keep going right through your influence conversation. However, there's going to be those conversations, those attempts at influencing that are just going to go nowhere. And so you also need to have an exit strategy, an exit plan. How are you going to get out of that conversation so that you can try again? So having influence is such a crucial part of being a leader. Having influence will help you advance your career. It'll help you make an impact. It'll help you drive change. It'll help you get stuff done. And taking these steps to really increase that influence is really going to help you go places. So until next time, go and make it happen.